This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotato.com.
It's showtime!
And welcome to World War G, episode 196. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Colton.
Okay, so as you can tell by our opening theme there, this is going to be our Halloween show.
Spooky.
We're going to get to our Halloween stuff later on in the episode. That'll kind of be what kind of wraps up the episode, so stay tuned for that. So right now, we're going to change things up, and we're going to talk about our reviews first.
Yeah.
We're keeping you all on your toes.
Mixing it up.
Yep. So I saw the first two episodes of The Rookie.
Okay.
Nathan Fillion's new show. And the plot is he's a guy, middle-aged guy, who's working construction for 20 years, making a good living. He gets fired. He gets divorced. He basically restarts his life over.
Has a midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm. And while he's at the bank after this happens, the day he gets divorced, he's at the bank and the bank gets robbed. And he kind of distracts the burglars enough so the cops can get there and save the day basically. And everybody thinks that he's a hero because he did that. And he thinks, oh, that's a pretty good feeling. Kind of like that. So he moves to LA and becomes a member of the LAPD.
Oh, okay. That quick, huh?
Well, you know, there is a little time span I think you skip over. Like you don't have him like in the academy or anything like that. You just like day one LAPD. That's where it starts.
Boom.
There's only 2 episodes out currently as we're recording this, and I've seen both of them.
And it's on Hulu?
I'm sure it's on Hulu because it's on ABC, so I'm sure it's on Hulu. But I like it. I'm enjoying it so far.
Is it reminiscent of Castle? Because that's kind of what it looked like a little bit.
Yes, very.
Really?
Is it more comedy, more drama?
It seems it's a bit more drama. Sorry, I had a stroke there for a second.
Dramas.
But there are some comedy elements thrown in because it is Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
So there are a few funny moments here and there. But for most of the time, they're playing it fairly straight.
So yeah, it's not a goofy show by any means.
No.
Okay, cool. That's the only hang up I had. I didn't want like a funny buddy cop movie like another Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
I want something serious if I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Although Brooklyn Nine-Nine is friggin' awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I, on the other hand, watched something a little bit spookier and went with the haunting of. Well, okay. First, I finished up Daredevil, and without giving anything away, oh man, that is by far the best season.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I still need to watch it.
That last episode, that last fight.
Oh yeah, that's brutal. Well, all the fights in between as well, and even just escaping out of the prison.
And the fights in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just all the fights in the show.
All the fights. Well, they do it so well because they actually like have a decent story mixed with fights. It's not just like strictly fights, but yeah. It's fantastic. Definitely.
Cool. Gosh, I still need to check that out. As soon as we launch this product, I'll have more time to watch TV at work, so.
Because that's what most people do at work.
Well, that's primarily how I got my TV watching in, like when I would review TV shows and stuff. Like if it's not something that I'm watching with my wife, like I would watch it at work because I had plenty of time to do it.
You're just like, I just hope my boss isn't listening. Or is he watching it alongside you?
No, he's usually out of the office when I do it, and he's going to Portugal next week for a week. So.
Boom.
Yeah,
There you go. There's Daredevil season 3.
Right there.
But I did watch the first couple of episodes of The Haunting of Hill House.
Which I want to watch too.
Okay, so in a nutshell, it kind of goes back and forth between present time and when they were children living at the house. The parents, they flip houses, so they purchase this one really cheap, and they're trying to something horrible takes place there, and their mom ends up dying, but not, and she kind of haunts the house along with other stuff that goes on, but I've not gotten far enough to figure that out just yet. But it also goes to present day, and one of their sisters goes back there, so that kind of brings the rest of the family back to the house where they once left in a panic at night.
So is it as scary as everyone says?
It's pretty dang terrifying. Even the parts where you think that it's just going to be, okay, this is going to be just a normal conversation between a dad and a daughter, or like a brother and a sister. And they have this eerie vibe about it. And then I don't know, something happens that just...
Do they play that bass line in the background that lets you know that, that unsettles you the entire time you're watching it?
Does it rely on jump scares?
No, it does not. Good. No. There are a couple of them where it's they're further away and then they're right up next to your face. Yeah. But they don't rely completely on that. And the special effects are pretty spot on.
It's Netflix.
They've got quite a budget. Yeah. It's definitely worth checking out. I'm going to finish it. I've heard the ending and all the twists and turns in it are fantastic. So
cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to have that on while I'm drawing on my Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many
if you want to draw a big line through it on accident?
I'm up to 30.
Charizard.
You're going to do all 50? Or
I'm
150?
I'm going to do all of them. I think there's close. I'm going to see how many I can do, but there's upwards of around 900.
See, I think you're going to try to do that, and then you're going to realize how stupid some of the Pokemon are, and you're like, I'm not going to draw this.
What I found out, actually, is Pokemon are fairly easy to draw.
Okay.
So I can whip through them really quick. So we'll see how many I get to, but that's my project right now.
That's kind of cool, staggering them and also placing them behind each other. Yeah. With the evolutions directly behind them. Kind of.
That's just how it worked out. Because I'm doing them alphabetically, just in the Pokédex as they come up. Mm-hmm. Pokédex, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And so that's just how it's happening. But yeah. Anyway.
Is it eventually going to be a big poster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's my plan.
That'd be way sweet.
We'll see how it goes. So I never gave my rating of The Rookie. Just a couple episodes I've seen out of 5.
Badges.
Yeah.
They're stars. Texas.
Yeah.
I would give it I'm probably 2.5. Just in these first couple episodes.
Middle of the road.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's totally watchable.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know once you get through more.
Yeah.
And out of 5 corpses, probably sitting at about 3. Yeah.
3 rotting dead corpses.
Yep.
I want to watch it so bad.
It's getting good.
All right. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we got Boba Fett, we got Harry Potter, we got Clueless,
we got it all.
A few other stuff. So we'll be back right after this.
We'll be back after this break. Don't touch that dial, for goodness sake.
Thanks, Troy. Hi, everybody. This is Sean Ray.
And John Irons.
And we're the hosts of Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast. We're a show that has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we talk about movies and TV and cartoons, entertainment news, and every show has a different theme.
That's right. We might discuss anything from our favorite bad movies to who would win in a fight between C-3PO and the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that was episode 41, a classic. You can download that episode and all of our other episodes on iTunes and Stitcher. We're on Podcast Addict and, of course, on our website, cosmicpotato.com.
It's special guests and movie news and geeky nerddom and nerdy geekery and lightsabers and Time Lords and Ninja Turtles all the way down. So check out Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast.
Here we go back to the show. That's the fact, so now you know.
And we're back.
That was great.
Thank you. So, kept hearing these rumors for the last few years that, well, after Disney took over Star Wars, that there was going to be a Boba Fett movie.
We even
Boba
saw
Fett
some
movie.
promo images too, right?
Those are fan made, I think.
They were fan made. They were
I mean,
good.
the ones just recently?
Yeah.
That is for the Mandalorian TV series. That's coming out.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm looking forward to because it's like a Western set in Star Wars universe.
Which would be way better than a movie. I'd rather have that than a movie anyways.
Yeah. But there's all these rumors that with these standalone films, there's going to be like an Obi-Wan, there's going to be a Boba Fett and Yoda. Well, it turns out that at least the Boba Fett is officially dead. It was a big disappointment for all the fans when Jon Favreau made it clear that the titular Mandalorian in his upcoming Disney Play series, The Mandalorian, is not Boba Fett. And then they go on to say, let's see. Sorry, hang on. Anyway, Disney has said that. Oh, here we go. Kathleen Kennedy has just confirmed to me Boba Fett movie is 100% dead. 100% focusing on The Mandalorian. So
What the heck?
And, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'd rather
Honestly.
have them instead of splitting their focus, because that's the way she just made it seem, is that they're not doing the movie so that they can do the TV show better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got enough writers. It's Disney. They rule everything.
And like I said, I'm looking forward to this Mandalorian TV series.
Oh, same here.
Because it's like a Clint Eastwood movie, but set in the Star Wars universe.
We want
it's this lone gunman.
if we want a Boba Fett anything, it should be a remake of the game, the Bounty Hunter game. Do you guys remember that one?
GameCube.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Troy and I busted out my GameCube, and that was the game we played. Before.
Yeah, bring Boba Fett back through Bounty Hunter.
They could do pretty legit. Although I think that if they did bring it back, then that'd only make fans more want a Boba Fett movie. Especially on the tail of that, then they'd be more apt to do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could tie in this new series to the game and kind of make it a Bounty Hunter 2, but have it be set in the new
Like
Star Wars universe.
Red Dead Redemption, but with Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That has potential.
That'd be so cool. You're just walking through like the cantina and Mos Eisley, wandering through, finding space prostitutes.
They all of all shapes and sizes and I don't know, alien races,
Colors.
to appease everybody.
Yeah. Technically, we met the space prostitute at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, she was a jerk. Anyway.
Speaking of things that are awesome, all the Harry Potter films are officially coming to Netflix, which is, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I already have them all on DVD, and everybody now has them Blu-ray and 4K,
Yep.
and now they're finally coming to Netflix.
But the nice thing is, you don't have to plug a disc into a DVD player
or your
turn it on
PlayStation or something.
and change the input on your
Yeah.
TV. It's just so much work when you can
It
just
is.
throw
It's
up
very
Netflix.
difficult. All those buttons you gotta push.
Think you'll go back and rewatch them, Colton?
Yes, I will. I always do. I do it once a year at least.
I have them on Blu-ray. We bought the entire series last year, I think.
For Black Friday.
I think so, something like that.
'Cause I think I did it as well. It was like $10.
Yeah.
Do you think this is kind of a grab that Netflix is trying to hold on to these bigger series because they're losing all their stuff from Disney,
Probably.
right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we've got Harry Potter. Hey,
Especially with something like Harry Potter. Like, with what you said, everybody has them on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we've all seen the movies several times.
Right.
It's like when Netflix brought Friends to Netflix. It's like I've had all 10 seasons on DVD for well over a decade.
Mhm.
I'm going to watch every episode for a long time.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
really for people like our demographic, though. I think it may be for younger kids who maybe weren't alive or were too young when the Harry Potter movies were coming out. Like a 12-year-old. I'm sure
That's
there's
true.
12-year-olds that haven't seen Harry Potter.
Because then they get to actually see the whole, Fantastic Beast universe that started to set it up everything.
Yeah, and then they can binge them one after another, too.
Yeah. The electronic
Except for the
babysitter.
Yeah, except for the only problem is then Netflix will say, like, after a half a movie, will be like, are you still watching?
Yeah. YouTube did that to me the other day.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
What?
So it said something like, "Oh, you've been watching for a while. Want to continue?
Go outside. Get some
Screw
vitamin
you,
D.
YouTube.
Don't judge me. This is a judge-free zone.
We'll go outside. I'll take my laptop with me and I'll go outside.
Yeah.
Cover yourself with a blanket.
Nature, it's everywhere.
Okay. So we got another remake coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time they're working their way. You know, they've been doing some 80s movies remakes.
Yeah,
They're working in their way into the 90s.
Overboard.
Yep.
What was some of the other ones?
I don't remember. There's been a bunch.
Ghostbusters.
Clueless is getting a remake. A pretty successful film that I've yet to see.
I've never seen it either.
I'm trying to think if I have. I believe I have.
According to Deadline, a Clueless remake is in the works with producer Tracy Oliver from Girls Trip on board with Marquita Robinson from Glow. So they are remaking Clueless.
You think they're going to have cameos? Of every actor and actress but one, probably.
Yeah, there's one it'd be difficult to do.
Unless you got a shovel.
Yeah, unless you got a shovel. I'm sure Alicia Silverstone will pop up.
Or is that Turk from Scrubs? I can't see.
Yes, that is Turk from Scrubs.
That's cool.
Yeah. Paul Rudd.
He'll
that-
definitely
time,
be in
they
it.
had a pretty good cast.
Yeah, that guy that's in everything. I forgot his name. Don't remember who that is. But yeah,
And a bunch of other
a
people.
bunch of other people.
Oh, man. That sounded kind of clueless.
I'm clueless about this movie.
Ooh.
Don't even know what it's
You
about.
need a clueless pun.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
He's clueless too.
But I don't know. I mean,
Why the remakes? Why
Do
not
we
just
need it?
come up with an original thought and
Yeah.
have that? Make a movie out of an original thought, guys.
do
Because
we
there's
need
none
it?
left.
Every single movie that's coming out lately is based off of reference material like
Mhm.
comic books or, previous scary movies.
That and the new Mary Poppins, as well as like Cinderella and some of those other.
I think part of it might be though is
Live actions.
those are guaranteed money makers.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
You
yeah. Because that's all everything's about, is the money.
Yeah, pretty much.
When did they stop making movies about entertainment? Come on.
Are you not entertained?
Probably around 1997. I don't know.
Yeah, that was last
Yeah.
year.
I have no idea. No, honestly, probably. Actually, I may not be far off because it kind of seemed like it started happening when Titanic came out. Because that was like a giant blockbuster, biggest movie of all time. And
Right.
then James Cameron comes out with Avatar, makes $1 billion, and all of a sudden people are thinking, oh, well, you know what? These big budget 3D movies can really bring in a lot of money. And so that's what they've started focusing on. You get a movie like, what's that Robert Redford film that's out? The Old Man and the Gun? Old Man with a Gun? Old Man Has a Gun?
Old
Right.
Man and a Gun.
Old Man and a Gun.
Yeah.
Somebody's
got a gun.
Somebody's got a gun. That's not going to do anything. But that right there is an original film, just like you were saying. It's an original idea.
Clint Eastwood's one that he's coming out with here soon. It's going to be his final
Cranky
film.
Old Man.
Yeah.
See, another problem is what you name your movies. Old Man and a Gun is a terrible movie title.
It is. It is.
So bad.
I know what it is. I've just pieced it together, guys. It is that we have too many celebrities. So
Yes,
they all need work. No,
Let's do Hunger Games.
They keep fight it out.
Oh, I would pay
Celebrity
so much
death
money to see
matches.
that.
Celebrity Deathmatch. That's the only claymation that I like, guys.
I would pay so much money to see a celebrity Hunger Games.
Right?
Holy crap.
That's
See Tom Cruise ripping out a bow and arrow and shooting like Tom
He's like,
Hanks
I've
in the
done
back.
Castaway. Like, I can do this.
Well, the one kid, Eggsy from what are those spy movies?
Oh, come on. The British ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
No.
Gentlemen
No.
Gentlemen Club.
Gentleman Club.
Gentlemen in Coats. British gents.
Yeah, the British people movie. Well, he's doing that new Robin Hood movie, and apparently he's getting world-class archery training from the best archer in the world, Lars Anderson.
Yeah.
And I watched the video of him doing stuff, and it's pretty incredible. And it makes me super jealous of all the trainings that some of these actors and actresses go through just for their roles. Like, I think it could be really interesting to have a celebrity Hunger Games, like with ones that actually know what the heck they're doing, like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I bet he would destroy everyone, probably. He's actually John Wick.
Like the action stars in a Hunger Games type scenario.
This has so much potential. I would love to see it.
Hopefully they'll kill Adam Sandler.
I would love that.
Right? He's like, ain't guys, bam! Dead.
Okay. Let's take another break. Maybe this person that keeps calling me for FaceTime will call back.
That'd be funny to answer it on the podcast.
It's called me twice. Whoever it is, they've called me twice.
Answer it if they call again, and we'll record it.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to talk about Disney parks and Freddy Krueger, and Michigan doesn't like clowns, apparently.
Womp, womp, womp.
Or clean water.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah. So we'll talk about that and more right after this.
Now we're gonna have a break. Message time we're gonna take.
Are you feeling nostalgic about your music listening needs?
Do you like the tonal quality that only a record can provide?
Then go check out Lavender Vinyl, located at 123 25th Street, Ogden, Utah.
Yeah, go talk to Kylie or Blake. They have a large selection of new and used records. They will also buy your old records, maybe the ones that are just sitting up there in the attic, gathering dust. And if you can't find anything, they'll be more than happy to pre-order it for you. Now, you can always find them at lavendervinyl@gmail.com. You can also check out their website, lavendervinyl.com, or give them a call on the phone, like a normal person, at 385-240-0336.
Be sure to tell them that World War G sent you. Now back to the episode.
Heidi, 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 ho! Break is over, here's the show.
And we're back.
So, seeing as it's just about Halloween, I tried to find some Halloween stories.
Yes.
And one in particular that stuck out to me is apparently at Disney parks, they confirmed it, that people do bring their ashes as somebody's last dying wish and spread them there. So I was going to give you a couple of different places, or actually, where do you think the number one place at Disneyland where people would spread someone's ashes?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well,
That's
first,
top three.
First, I know that's illegal.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will for sure get kicked out of the park, and I'm sure that they have to shut down the ride and bring in like special cleanup crews.
They even have a special,
up.
like for the cast members, they have a special code for it. It's the
Code Brown.
What was it? No.
Oh, Code Brown is poop.
The HEPA cleanup. We need to bring in HEPA cleanup.
HEPA cleanup. I would say the number one. It's got to be.
So Pirates is like top three.
It's got to be a ride.
Yeah.
I know that. The big rides, Pirates.
Come on, Troy, just think about it. It makes sense.
Splash Mountain, Haunted Mansion.
Yes. Boom. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah. They said, okay, now how frequently do you guys think it happens?
Oh, I'm sure it happens every day.
No.
See, I was going to say
that
something
quite
just like
frequently.
once a month.
2 for 2. Yeah, at least once a month they have to call in people to vacuum it up, clean it, and
It gets
scrub everything
detected
down.
once a month.
Oh, that's very true.
Detected once
true.
a month.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have eyes in the sky everywhere. They're pretty thorough.
Just
It is
kind of,
Disney.
you just kind of have it in your pocket and just slowly just let it out.
Yeah.
I saw a Reddit thread of a bunch of weird stuff that always happens when people think that they're not being watched, like people doing dirty things to their spouses on the rides.
Yeah.
Like, just because you can't see doesn't mean that the cameras that are infrared can't see.
Yep.
You know,
Especially Disneyland, there is always somebody watching you.
yeah,
Always.
That's why
it's a small world after all.
Yes, it is. Especially there. Yeah, you don't get away with anything in Disneyland.
If there was any ride that you would put your ashes or want them to be, where would it be? See, I'm thinking pirates. Like, that would be legit. That'd be awesome.
I want to be on Splash Mountain. But I want them to open the urn as soon as they're going down the hill and just kind of spread it out.
Pull a LeBron James. You won't get this reference where he claps his hands with the yeah. And then everybody else that's behind you is like, getting hit in the face with it.
Yeah,
that'd be horrible.
That'd be hilarious. That'd make for a hilarious picture.
Yeah.
Thinking like put the picture with the urn back home on the mantle. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to buy that picture.
That'd be hilarious.
Everything's blurred out with smiley faces. Because they'll do that if it's like somebody's flipping you off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just like the whole picture is just like smiley faces everywhere. Did you pick a place?
I can't really think of any. There's like and it was there when I went. There was like a Tarzan treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put it all over that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Not sure why.
Just because.
But yeah, I just want to.
All right. Fair enough.
Indiana Jones. Well, I guess that's more of California Adventure, but that would
no, it's a Disneyland.
Indiana Jones.
It's been there since 1993.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, what else about it? How long did it take to build?
About 8 months, I think.
How many doll hairs?
Did you actually go through? Did you get one of those little cards that they have that you can decipher all the different hidden things that they have throughout the park?
No.
When we first went to it, we ran through it, but then like the ride length time was about 2 hours, so you could actually decipher some of the pictures that they had on the wall and read different messages from the cast and crew.
By the way, I don't know if it actually is 8 months. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how long it actually took. That was just a guess.
After the episode, Troy's over there on his phone checking it out.
But there's a screen-used Jeep in that ride that they used in the movie in Raiders. It's right there as you're waiting in line. Anyway. So, if you guys watch the Goldbergs, anybody out there, if you watch the most recent episode, Robert Englund appeared as Freddy Krueger in the episode. And he wasn't in there too long, but it was a pretty funny bit. Well, I guess now he's back in the spotlight. He's been asked if he would be up for playing Freddy Krueger again.
Who asked him? Was it like a production company or just a reporter?
People in the news.
I'm guessing just some random journalist.
Okay.
A podcaster.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my news now.
Because last time, well, besides on the Goldbergs, the last time he did it was
2010?
2003, Freddy vs. Jason. It's the last movie he's appeared in.
Gosh, and he's getting old.
He's getting old. But he says that he would be up for it. If something came along, I would imagine that the story would have to be somewhat interesting.
They seem to get, it makes sense, but on that show, the Goldbergs, they seem to get all those different people to have, cameos. They did, what was that one? Rick Moranis?
Rick Moranis, yep.
Mm-hmm. As Dark Helmet.
Yep.
That was pretty funny. There's been some other ones as well, but he wouldn't be able to do any of the stunts.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Right?
He probably never did them anyways. He was pretty old last time he did these movies.
That's true.
And Freddy Krueger is probably pretty easy to stunt double since your entire outfit is makeup.
Yeah, got the makeup. Yeah, but he still do the voice and stuff. I mean, he's still...
What kind of, would be the draw to have him? Just because then they'd be staying true to the source material?
Well, and they tried to remake it, tried to reboot it back in 2010, and that failed.
Mm-hmm.
That bombed.
Yeah. Elm Street, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, something like that. With Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. And they made it like a straight-up horror
So what made, besides it being good, what made the remake of It, so much better than, that Freddy?
Well,
because they even did that. We tried to do that with Blair Witch Project as well, which was pretty stupid, and Poltergeist, which was also it was okay.
Well, I don't.
I think it has such a really big cult following. Like, I don't know. They chose someone who was really enthusiastic about playing the main character, which is it.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
And I think they
Pennywise
they
kinda
updated it without taking away really from anything of the story.
Okay.
You know, so I think that was a big issue.
They paid true to the source material.
Yes. Yeah. They had a really talented people behind it. Talented directors, talented cast.
Which are the ones that
It
are
just
going to be
kinda
doing
worked.
Pet Cemetery.
And they went really psychological with it. Like,
Yeah.
they made it not just this, axe murder type movie.
Yeah.
It was like actually messed you up.
They
Yeah.
did, yeah, because that's one of the things that if you've read the book, it talks about how Pennywise can, turns into your fear, so it's not going to be a clown for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of clowns.
Right? Excellent segue. So Michigan, let me pull this back up. Michigan City bans clown costumes at a Halloween event.
At their annual Boo Bash.
Right? Which it seems, that was a couple of years ago.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a good name. But they did have from their director, their park rec director, Laura Starker, or whatever the heck her name is. In the past few years, many clown costumes have been given a very scary, scary evil look. Many scary horror movies are contained around these types of characters. About 3 years ago, there were natural incidents in the news where people were dressing up as clowns and scaring people. In some cases, assaulting them. She told the Oakley County Times. Many people have phobias and anxieties of clowns. It's because of these that we are asking people not to dress up as clowns for the event.
Okay.
I have one thing to say to this.
Yeah.
Boo freaking who?
Yeah.
If you don't want to be scared, don't go to a boo bash.
That's what I would say too. I'm like, okay, first of all, yeah, it's a Halloween event. People are going to dress up.
I can see if they'd asked people to be like tasteful as far as gore goes or, sexual stuff because you're probably bringing your children to this
Sexual
event.
clowns?
Right? You're like, I'm terrified but also slightly aroused? Question mark.
I don't know how to feel
So
here.
confused.
But you know what I mean? I'm sure
Yeah.
they could put parameters, but to outright ban something
that's-
as like clowns.
Because like I said, one, it's a Halloween event. Okay? Two, all those stupid incidents that happened 3 years ago were just idiots trying to scare people.
Right.
That's all it was.
Well, and then other people actually like tried to shoot the clowns or take action back with them.
That's
so
the
was
risk
also
that the prankers take.
Yeah, it's true.
If you try to scare someone in a dark, what was it, like a parking garage? Was one of them that a clown got shot?
Something like
then
that.
don't maybe assault people in a dark parking garage.
Dressed as a clown.
Yeah, that's
And-
that's the takeaway from this.
And the people have these phobias of clowns. Most of them, I feel, are fake.
Yeah,
I don't think there's that many people scared of clowns. It's just one of those things that, it gets a laugh if you're scared of clowns. Or it's trendy to be scared of clowns.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking stupid.
I'm sure my wife does it for attention.
Yeah. She's scared of clowns?
Yeah,
Oh.
for some reason.
Alright.
Or at least Pennywise.
Well, there's a lot of other creatures and scarier stuff out there.
Yeah.
So.
And, Pennywise... Emily, that Pennywise is not real.
He does not exist.
That is an actor.
His name is Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård. Or the one before that was Tim Curry. It's not real. And that's the other thing.
But look behind you.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I just think too rationally about these things.
Although if Troy was throwing like a Halloween party, he would ban Deadpool. Just saying. Like no Deadpools here.
I'm just going to
Deadpool's
show up
allowed.
in a Deadpool mask and a Speedo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Oh, make sure you have like a fake chicken duct taped to your head or something.
No, it's got to be a unicorn.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, of course.
Duh, that makes perfect
Oh
sense.
yeah, excuse me. and eating a chimichanga. Deadpool. Okay, sorry. Anyway,
I just like throwing out these like trigger buttons.
I started getting heated there for a second.
Yeah.
The lunar landing was fake. Okay, sorry. That's to be discussed later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take another break so I can calm down.
Yeah.
Center myself again.
Find that chi.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about some Halloween stuff. Some scary stuff. Ooh.
Spooky.
Right after this.
Break time's here, we have to say, listen up, don't go away.
On the historic streets of Ogden, there are two kinds of people, readers and non-readers. Here's where you can find their stories.
Booked on 25th Street, located at 147 Historic 25th Street, Ogden, Utah, 84401.
Yeah, stop by and say hi to our friend Marcy. You can pick up a new or used book, or you can sell your own used books.
That's right, you can get 10% store credit on what they can sell the book for.
Stop in and say hi, or call them at 801-529-7720. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/bookedon25th, or you can email them at marcy@bookedon25th.com, or visit their website, bookedon25th.com.
Be sure to tell them that World War G sent you. Now back to the episode.
We are back for some more. Big time action is in store.
And we're back. So there was a little revelation before we started recording that it turns out that Colton, not a big fan of Tim Burton films.
Hate him. I mean, I hate the films too, but I also hate Tim Burton for making the films.
Why?
Because
what's your issue with Tim Burton films?
They're so disturbing. They're so weird and creepy, and I don't like it. I don't like claymation. I don't like dead things. I don't know. It's just, you know how all of his films have a certain tone?
Yeah.
I don't like that tone.
A certain je ne sais quoi, if you will.
I don't like that tone. And like, now my daughters love like Nightmare Before Christmas, and my wife got them into it, and they like watching Coraline. Like,
that one's a pretty good one.
You know, technically that's not Tim Burton.
But it's the same style.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It's just terrifying.
Okay. All right.
It's just one of my...
You didn't even like, okay, Alice in Wonderland?
Nope.
Not at all?
No.
New Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No, they're just all creepy and weird.
Oh, man.
I don't think... Yeah, they are weird, but I think...
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I think that's why I like them. Is because they are weird, and they are kind of...
bizarre and out there.
Bizarre and a little off-center. I don't know, maybe it's the artist in me, the artistic side of me, but I really like the way... I mean, I like...
He's got a certain style, like stylized. Even like Sweeney Todd, you know, was kind of like theatrical looking.
Yeah, and it's like his claymation stuff, like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's very off-center, and it's very... Nothing's like, there's no like straight lines in a Tim Burton universe. You know, everything's just a little off kilter, and you have these crazy creatures, and I don't know, I've always just found it fun.
You're like, maybe it appeals to my emo side.
Well, Troy, you are entitled to your wrong opinion. That's okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
now,
they're just not my thing.
You are the one with the wrong opinion.
Yeah,
if
for
Hot
sure.
Topic, you know, has anything to say about it.
All those goth chicks that shop at Hot Topic.
Yes.
You just made a lot of enemies. Although luckily they won't do anything about it. They'll just sit in their room and pout and listen to music.
And you'd probably be able to outrun them, I would think.
They're like, the light.
Anyway. No, we're just kidding.
They're just not my thing. I mean,
that's fine.
I don't judge or criticize people who enjoy them. I don't like them.
That's just the first time I've heard that. That's why it was weird to me.
That's a very unpopular opinion.
I never heard anybody say they don't like Tim Burton movies. But you said you like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most Tim Burton-y films out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe it's because the first time I watched it was around Halloween, or I don't know what it was, but I watched it with my grandpa. Maybe that made a difference.
All right. So, in that same vein, I think between the three of us, we've seen a lot of scary movies.
A ton of them.
Yeah.
All the scary movies.
Probably, I'd say probably AJ's seen probably more than we have.
I've got a whole entire, like, a wall, like, just dedicated to the scary movies. But yeah.
So, I thought we'd talk about a little about where we think that the scary movie genre might be headed. Because if you think about it, back in the 30s, it was about the monsters, right? It was about Dracula and Frankenstein's monster.
The
Wolfman, Creature from Black Lagoon, and that sort of thing. And then when you got to around the 60s, it kind of became campy, kind of comedy type of thing. Then you got to the 70s, then you get something like Halloween that introduced the slasher. More realistic, more
lock your
terrifying.
doors, hide your children.
More like less supernatural, more likely to actually happen. More serial killer-esque.
Yes.
Like Psycho and... Except Psycho, was that the 80s?
60s.
That was the 60s?
Psycho was the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, then that transitions to the 80s when you got like Jason, you got Freddy Krueger, and you got...
Zombies. And,
Well,
Night of the Living Dead, that came out in the 80s, right?
68.
68?
Yeah.
What's
Man,
the
you're
one?
all
No, I'm
updated.
thinking of the one with the chainsaw hand guy.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, not Night of the Living Dead.
That came out in the 80s, yes.
Yes, 80s. That's
Booyah!
There you go.
Thank you, Troy Cyclopedia.
You're welcome. So, and then
90s, 2000.
90s you got the
scary
Scream
movies. Scary movies.
90s you got the Scream movies. You got I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's when you got into the teen horror films.
Right.
Which were also slashers, but like for younger generations.
Yes. Yeah. And then in the early 2000s, that's when reboots and remakes started to happen.
Right.
That's when they really went heavy on sequels and stuff like that. So you got a bunch of the same. So I guess now the question is, where do you see scary movies headed now in the future? Because we have scary movies like Unfriended and Unfriended 2, where it's completely social media based,
right?
You know, which makes sense.
Even with like the Purge franchise, which is more action movies, but they've kind of gone political and perhaps, you know, like that this could happen to decrease the surplus population and rid us of like homeless and other people, and you know, so more of a political way. I do feel like they're going to be going more psychological. That's kind of the direction that I could see it going. More and artistic as well, kind of like similar to like Get Out, A Quiet Place, those kind of movies.
Things
those
that are more abstract concepts too.
Horror or thriller movies with something to say.
Yeah.
Instead of something like murder porn, like the Saw movies.
Right. I mean, they'll still be around for sure because they've kind of been there for forever.
I just feel like people are burned out of them. They want something new, and you know, people haven't really delved into like the psychological horrors that we're getting into now. Yeah.
And I think that's why Get Out did so well, is because nobody really saw it coming. You know, they packaged it as like this normal thriller type horror film.
But
I thought it was going to be a comedy just because of the director on it.
Yeah. And same with A Quiet Place.
What? Get Out.
Same with A Quiet Place, you know, it just came out of nowhere. Yeah. And so I think that's probably the future. I don't think monsters are going to be coming back. I don't think slashers are going to be coming back.
Well, they tried to reboot the whole monsters with Tom Cruise. That didn't work at all.
Well, and then there was that space of like 8 years where it was purely zombie and vampire movies.
Thanks to The Walking Dead.
And Twilight.
Yeah.
And having like a number of days in your title, like 28 days later, 30 Days of Night.
Yep.
And then there was 28 weeks later, but that's the same.
They're going to do 28 months later, or 28 months later?
Years?
20 years later?
I don't know. I know they're doing a third one. Which those ones are actually fantastic.
So, yeah, besides that, I don't know. And
it's difficult to predict, right?
Unless you get another popular slasher character, like when they introduced Ghostface in Scream or something like that, you're not going to see any of those slasher films anymore, I don't think. Like when you have one murderer character and then spawns all these sequels and stuff, I don't think you're going to get that. I think Saw probably closed the door as far as that goes.
Well, what would be really cool if this movie that's out right now, Halloween, was the very last one, because then they would be the first one and the last one, like to start and then finish the trend.
That would be cool. And that's the other thing you're going to see. Is you're going to see sequels to these old films like we're seeing now. Right. And, that's where you're going to have to get your slasher fix, is you're going to get sequel to Halloween and Freddy Krueger and
Pet Sematary.
Jason and all that.
So speaking of, as far as like scary things go, the next kind of thing that we're going to be talking about is a couple of things that we're scared of. One in particular for myself, like right off the bat, drowning. I don't think that would be a good way to... I've heard it's like...
Drowning?
Yeah. I'm a really good swimmer, and I have no problem with water. Like, I love it. I'm even, like, scuba dive certified. But I just wouldn't want to drown out, like, at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Just getting a little, like, water up your nose just freaks you out when it happens.
I once had a dream that I could inhale water in my nose and keep breathing it, and then I tried it, and it didn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
I was really hopeful.
Like it happened in Dream World.
Yeah, I don't consider myself to be a strong swimmer, and I always felt like drowning was going to be the way that I go for some reason.
I can see that.
Yeah. But that doesn't stop me from getting in the water. That's for sure.
Or going around large puddles,
See, I just avoid water at all costs, because I'm not a strong swimmer at all.
His cats are rubbing off on him.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Water's not for me.
Any other fears?
I think I've talked about it before, my irrational fear of bears.
What?
I'm
they can
terrified
climb faster than they
bears.
can run.
It depends on the species, I think.
Okay, Dwight.
Yeah, grizzlies can run pretty quick. And I just have this recurring nightmare of a
Bears, Battlestar Galactica.
Of a bear breaking down my door and mauling me to death. Like, I do. That is a...
Did you watch
Revenant? So Revenant was pretty hard to watch.
It's not fun to watch. That is a legitimate fear of mine. I don't want to be mauled to death by a bear. Or any other wild animal for that, but particularly a bear.
That'd be horrible.
That is very unlikely to happen.
I know it is.
I'm just trying to reassure
Especially
you
in such a rural area.
Yeah.
Like, it runs over from the 7-Eleven across the street.
Just don't ever move to, like, Alaska or something.
No.
Because then you'll have an actual risk.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really have bears around here.
Is that why you avoid camping?
I don't mind camping. I've been camping.
Oh, man, if we ever go camping together, I have a great prank to pull on you.
One of those bear calls?
But see, you
should have the bucket and the string.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You shouldn't have told me, though, because now I'm going to see it coming.
Oh, but you won't.
Oh, I will.
You'll forget.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to go camping together.
I can't see that happening. Guys? We don't want to have a Blair Witch Project camping? Kind of a thing. Yeah.
That would be funny. If we just remade the whole movie. It'd probably do better than the remake.
Day 3. Spirits still remain high. But
I think there's a bear around here.
That would be funny, actually.
My biggest fear, and anyone who really knows me would know this, so you guys don't, and because you don't know me very well.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. And actually, the scariest movie that I have ever seen, and I refuse to watch it, Snakes on a Plane. Because I hate snakes so bad.
Really?
Like, I won't go near a snake. Like the Reptile Expo?
Yeah.
If they're in their cages, I'm fine. But I won't go near anyone that has
wrapped around me at that.
Yep,
expo.
You're a psycho. Yeah. I can't do that. Snakes are terrifying because they're unpredictable and you can't see their emotions. Dogs, if their tail is wagging, that's a happy dog and he's not going to attack you. No, sometimes
you can see snakes' emotions. You just got to know what to look for. It's not as obvious as a dog.
Okay, what are the what's a sign of a happy snake, Troy?
The tongue is kind of like.
Does it get really stiff?
It's not attacking you. That's a sign of a happy snake. It is not attacking you. No, but you can do research, and there are animal experts.
Even this little girl.
Yeah, that little girl is braver than me. Yeah. I don't like snakes.
You can tell when a snake is relaxed and when it's tensed up and stuff like that. I mean, I can't tell personally. I'm saying there are people who can.
Yeah. Yeah, no way. Not for me. Not my cup of tea. It's basically like a Tim Burton movie to me. Avoid at all costs.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of any other fears.
What about abstract fears? Like existential fears? Like how small we are in this universe?
The fear of the fear of being forgotten. That's a legitimate fear for myself. I would.
What's your name again?
Huh? Who are you? Oh.
See, it doesn't worry me. Like, death doesn't scare me. I'm not scared of death. I'm
scared of corpses. Yeah. Well, okay, as far as like an actual funeral home, not like fake ones or ones that you see in movies. That doesn't bother me at all.
But like you hate real dead bodies?
Oh yeah. Ugh, I would not touch. Like I wouldn't want to like go. Yeah. People are like giving them hugs and kisses and that's disgusting.
I kissed my grandma on the forehead.
Yeah.
At her viewing. Yeah.
She's like, thank you. I don't like that. I think I've talked about this before, that I won't drink any water from a funeral home at all, like from the drinking fountain.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Tainted death water.
Pretty much, running through the corpses and yeah.
But it's not though. That's the thing. That's
it is, Troy.
Yeah, they just have a water room filled to the brim with corpses, and then they fill that with water, and that's where they get the water out.
It's like the cure of wellness.
Water tank just full of dead people, and that's the water to the whole building.
They act as sort of a filter.
No, they actually freeze them, and then they use them to cool down the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for some reason, the health department hasn't shut them down or anything.
No.
Weird.
They're getting paid under the table. Well, the health department doesn't have to because they don't serve food there. Water's not regulated by the health department.
I don't know about that.
You're like, there's not just fluoride in the water. There's also humans.
Let's see.
Spiders?
No.
I'm trying to think of some other common fears out there.
I'm scared of
lava.
No, I'm scared of grasshoppers.
What?
Yeah. Okay, really?
Yeah, like you're one to talk over here, Mr. Snakes.
Okay, you ever seen a grasshopper eat a child? No,
yes.
I don't think so.
I have.
You mean locusts? Locusts, no. I understand.
No,
they're crazy
grasshoppers. I mean grasshoppers.
Like if you see one hopping towards you in the grass, you'll run away?
Yes. They are terrifying.
I'm not trying to make light of your fear. I just think it's hilarious.
Because they just jump out of nowhere. You don't know where they're going to jump.
Same with jumping spiders then, right?
Or when they're going to jump. But they're big and they're unpredictable.
You know where they're going to jump. They always jump at the same exact angle every single time, and that's why I'm so good at catching them.
But not in the same direction every single time.
No, they always do it forwards every single time.
Well, I don't sit there and look at a grasshopper and see where his head is.
That's your problem, Troy. You gotta face your fears. Look them dead in the eyes.
I've just learned from all my experiences of catching grasshoppers to use as bait for snakes when they try to attack me. Just throw a grasshopper at them.
Or for fishing. I've done that. I've caught them a few times.
They're just big and they're ugly and they're just ugh. Any like insect that just jumps, I'm not a big fan of. Like crickets.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Jumping spiders?
Don't really like crickets.
Yeah,
I don't run into a bunch of jumping spiders.
Although there was one time that I hit I hit a jumping spider and I flattened it. I know I did because I stepped on it, and then I lifted my foot up, and it popped back up. Like it seriously and started crawling again, and I had to.
You guys ever squish a spider that had babies on its back?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. I wanted to move out of the place I was living. This was a couple of years ago, and I used a broom and then just jabbed it in the corner and just psh, and 100 different spiders went all different directions and get the vacuum.
Yep, it happened once
in my gas can.
Happened once in my mom's garage. It was a wolf spider, I think.
Ugh.
Yeah. I think I sprayed it with water and you just saw the baby just go whoosh, just scatter. It scared me to death. I was a little kid. But I'm not afraid of spiders. I did have a fear there for a while of birds.
They're unpredictable.
Birds scare me or scared me.
I caught a bird the other day, a wild bird, because our office on Washington is in a really old hardware building. And so our break room, right above it, there's a hole that goes outside. And there was a bird sitting in the hole the other day, and I told my boss about it. I was like, hey, we got to plug this hole up because we're going to get a bird in here because it's starting to get cold. And he didn't. And then, like, 2 days later, he comes out of the break room, and he's like, yeah, there's a bird in the break room. I'm like, okay, I'll go catch it. And so I had to catch it and then release it outside. I have a picture if you guys want to see it.
Yes.
See, I've been attacked by birds. That's the thing. Birds have singled me out and attacked me. I've been bitten by a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I've been swooped at by birds. I've been dive bombed by birds. So my fear is not without... Oh, see, that's a cute little bird.
He was more scared of me than I was of him.
See, so my fear is not without merit.
Okay.
But that fear has dwindled over the past few years. I'm not as scared of birds as I used to be. I'll tell you one thing I am scared of.
What's that?
I'm not claustrophobic by any means. Small spaces, that doesn't bother me. But being pinned in a small space, that freaks me out.
Like 127 hours?
Not even that. It's like, okay, if I'm like laying in bed and I have the covers up over by my neck, if someone were to come and pin me down,
So you couldn't move your arms?
and couldn't move my arms, I would freak out. I hate that. I'm terrified of that feeling of being bound and not being able to move. Yeah.
I can't think of any other. Actually, Ouija boards. I wouldn't really mess with those. I'm not like superstitious as like.
No, you are.
But you're a little stitious.
You are
A little
superstitious.
stitious.
You are superstitious. You believe in ghosts. You're superstitious.
I'm more apt to believe that they're real than you.
You're more open-minded.
Oh, exactly.
Because
that
there's
seems-
no way to prove that they don't exist.
Boom.
But there's no way to prove that they do exist.
No, there is a
Boom.
reason to prove they don't exist. It's called science.
No,
Yes.
Where does science say that ghosts don't exist? Come on, where are your references, Troy?
Yeah, pull them out. Encyclopedia.
Here's my thing with Ouija boards.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the science behind Ouija boards. Okay? There are tiny little muscles in the tips of your fingers
Yeah.
that when you put your finger on the planchette and say you're not moving it, you may think you're not, but you are. Subconsciously, you are. It's like when you can hold a string and it has a little weight at the end, you can move that weight without even moving your hand.
Right.
It's the tiny little muscles in your fingers. The same thing with the Ouija board.
Ah.
It's tiny little micro...
Well, how is it directing it to the certain letters, though?
It's your subconscious.
Oh.
That's what's doing it.
Like,
It's like, Ghost, what is your name? Cheese.
Heck, I am
Craving
really
some
hungry.
nachos, I guess.
And then if the Ouija board is so evil, then why do they keep mass producing it? Why do they keep
'Cause it
mass
makes-
producing this portal to hell, apparently?
Because people buy them to take into old houses.
But if it was
It's
so,
all about money,
if it
Troy.
was so evil, then Hasbro be, oh no, we're releasing evil spirits into the world, let's not make it anymore.
No, they don't release evil spirits.
Exactly.
They just provide a window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're window
Excuse me.
makers.
Yeah. Opportunity knocks, you know.
Excuse me.
Speaking of which, there's this old house down in, it's either Hooper or West Haven, one of the two, where they meet. But it used to be an old ballet school. And I'm talking like it's 80 years old, completely run down. And me and my brother went through and explored it one night, like at 2 a.m. And we got all the way through it. And then as we were on our way out, there was a whole bunch of teenagers that were on their way in. So we hid in the foyer of it. And they all started walking in, and we wait till they get halfway through the room, and we just jump out and go, rah! And there was like 4 girls with them. They all screamed at the top of their lungs. They threw a Bible in the air that had a Ouija board printed on it. They printed out a little tiny Ouija board and put it on a Bible. But anyways, yeah, that was a really funny
That is
experience.
awesome. That's fantastic.
Probably where the roots of my loving to scare people comes from. Just love making people scream like that. It's so fun.
Yeah. Okay. Here's why when it comes to Ouija boards and ghosts like that, I don't believe in any of that crap. Because I do research
Yeah.
You know, I researched like the science behind it. All right, there is, when it comes to, like, say if you see something or you see a ghost or something, there are reasons that happens. All right, that your brain is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Your brain can conjure up things that you think you see.
Okay, dude, you're going to love the Haunting of Hill House. There is a dude exactly like you that like goes to these places and just like, I'm gonna spend the night here and prove it wrong that this doesn't actually happen.
And then he dies. So
Yeah.
like, do you want to die?
Yeah.
I won't.
No.
I'm not going to die.
Or at least not afraid of it.
Because even if ghosts do exist, they're not going to hurt you.
I'm just gonna wait until a ghost scares you.
Because
based as
they
well?
can't touch anything.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Watch, next year Troy's gonna be like the biggest believer in ghosts ever. Because
And
of what happens to
You
him.
still haven't answered my question when I said, why are they wearing clothes? How are they wearing clothes? Do the clothes have souls?
No,
all
I
of a
didn't say
sudden
that
they're
they had
ghost
clothes. I didn't say that they had clothes. They're naked.
Yeah. Haven't you seen
Duh.
13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
I have seen 13 ghosts.
See,
Okay, but
so
there-
you have seen them.
But there
Boom,
are
we win.
But there are many cases of people saying that they've seen like Revolutionary War soldiers or something like that. And they say, oh, they're in their uniform. Like, how?
And why? Like,
Well, I don't think the clothes are actually real. I think maybe the ghost can control subconsciously what they're
Really?
wearing.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't want
That
to be
makes-
embarrassed.
Colton's busting out science on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science.
Booyah.
Yeah. Science. Doot doot. Science.
If I believed there was actually science that disproved the existence of ghosts and supernatural, no, not extraterrestrial, that's aliens, and supernatural things like that.
There are
then-
aliens.
I don't know, but I don't think that there's actually any definitive proof that ghosts aren't real. It's like,
There isn't any definitive proof that they are.
well, now we're getting into religious conversation.
No, leave the religious stuff out of it, all right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ghosts that haunt and these sort of things. There's no proof. And I've watched video after video after video. Years now, I've watched these videos. I have not seen one piece of compelling evidence to make me believe in ghosts.
We need to
Not
go ghost
one.
hunting, Troy.
I would love to go ghost hunting, and we need to film it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just one problem with that. You can't say something isn't true because you can't prove it, just like you can't say something is true even though you can't prove it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
There's no way to
But-
prove that they do exist. There's no way to prove that they don't exist. We'll find out eventually.
I'm just saying common sense just tells me that it's not. No. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Have you, in your life, ever actually seen what you think is a ghost?
Yes.
Really?
Flo at the Ogden Cemetery. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I went to the back of, we were with a group of friends.
Okay, you've told me this story before,
Yeah.
so I have questions, but
Okay.
continue.
In the back of the cemetery, and I had waxed my Mustang, and we drove back to the very back, and you sit there, and you're supposed to flash your lights a couple of times, and then she'll appear. I don't know if it's actually her that was there, but like we were sitting there, or some sort of ghost or something, and all I saw is a green like kind of silhouette of like, it looked like a girl that was like standing in front of us, and we could see the reflection on the hood of the vehicle. And after like sitting there for a couple of minutes, and it like started moving closer, like, have I told you this before?
You have.
Yeah.
But the ghost made a reflection?
It made some sort of like, there was a reflection on the front of the hood of the vehicle, or it
How
like
does a ghost make a reflection?
not
Well,
okay.
It's light.
Yeah. So it was like this green light
Okay.
was like reflecting off of like, so you could see it. I mean, it wasn't just in front of me, because then I'd be like way skeptical or something. But then like, you know,
Because he saw the reflection of the green, he's more likely to believe that it was an actual real
ghost or something.
yeah.
And it could be anything else.
No.
Could be any.
What else glows green
Yeah, Troy.
where a ghost is supposed to be? That would actually be an awesome prank, though, is to have someone dress up as Flo.
Right.
Because especially around this time of year when people are actually into that
People
kind
are
of stuff.
going all the time. Like I've seen like posts on Facebook that people are doing this. Yeah, constantly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But I just think it's interesting. Now, you say you were with other people, right?
Yeah.
If we were to contact these people today, would they corroborate your story?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think so?
I know so, yeah.
Let's call them up.
There is such a thing, is called mob mentality, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Obama.
If one person thinks they see something and convince, and somebody else believes it well, they can get everybody else to believe it also.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you were by yourself, I don't know, even then it would be hard for me to believe. But
He just doesn't trust you, AJ.
And
That's
look,
what
here's
he's
the
saying.
thing. I've looked, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm such a skeptic, I'm always thinking, okay, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it, ghosts. Let's see something.
Yeah.
And I have never seen anything.
I'm buying like a Ouija board.
And
Just, like, leave it in there.
fine. Let's buy a Ouija board.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm fine with doing that.
Let's buy a Ouija board and let's get that Annabelle doll here and set on the Ouija board
Ugh.
and let's do it.
Well,
because
if
you
we
know
put the doll
what?
on the Ouija board, we won't be able to use the Ouija board.
Yeah.
So
It's
that would
all
be annoying.
crap. All of it.
All right, I know how to resolve this.
Let's
Troy,
talk
you
about
just say,
candy.
AJ, I believe that you believe you saw a ghost.
Boom.
Because you do believe that he believes it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
There
And
you
that's
go.
all that matters. We
Exactly.
can part ways as friends. I
Shake
feel like
on
the
it.
last 2 weeks of this podcast is unraveling us, guys.
Yeah.
Lunar landing and
You're
ghosts.
tearing us apart.
And it's not
Tim Burton now. We can add that to the mix.
and it's not just you.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Yeah.
I've had this conversation with a lot of people. All right. And it's one of those things that does get me riled up, clearly.
Yeah.
Um,
It's kind of funny. I can already think of like 5 different things that like I could just like hot buttons with Troy. I just keep them here for my disposal.
but look, I'll be the first one that if I see an actual full body apparition, as they say in Ghostbusters, I'll be the first one to believe in it.
Sweet.
I'm just saying. And I've driven around by myself at night.
Yeah.
All right. I've been on these supposed haunted roads and stuff. I've done the whole thing in the cemetery. I have not seen anything.
So you just spend the night in the cemetery?
No.
No?
I'm spending. Oh, you're asking if I would?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would as well. Yeah.
I would.
Really being that close to so many corpses?
Yes. I know, right?
I would spend a night in a cemetery. I would spend a night in old abandoned hospitals and crap like that. Because there's nothing there. I'm more worried about the living than I am the dead. That's what scares me more. You know? Anyway.
We can talk about something lighter, such as candy.
Candy! Let's talk about candy. Best and worst. Okay, what was, when you were going trick-or-treating, what was the one thing that when you dumped out the bag in the night you were disappointed to find?
Toothpaste and a toothbrush or like fruit.
Candy. We're talking about candy. This has got to, like...
No,
what-
no, I was disappointed that my dentist or like a dentist in our area like gave us as far as candy goes, it was those peanut butter, the black and orange peanut butter looking things. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like similar to like a saltwater taffy, but they're peanut butter.
Yeah. That has like a picture of like a jack-o'-lantern on them. Or,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, those are nasty.
Yeah.
And I like peanut butter. Those were just horrible.
For me, the people that buy those big bags of candy that are just the generic kind of candies, like
Dots and suckers.
yeah,
and-
exactly.
yeah.
The Dots and the Dum Dums and the Tootsie Rolls and all that crap.
That's
candy.
not really Halloweenish.
No.
Yeah.
That was the stuff I hated. And that's actually stuff my mom usually does. I always get on her case about it.
Like, psh, what the heck?
Yeah.
My mom this year, for the trunk or treating that they did, she handed out fruit snacks. I was disappointed. Well, okay,
That is
right?
disappointing.
I know. My mom's like, well, I wanted something a little bit healthier. I'm like, who hurt you? Who hurt
And
you?
how are fruit snacks healthier? They're filled with high fructose corn
Yes.
syrup.
Yeah.
They're basically straight sugar.
Yeah.
No, it said real fruit on the side of it, I think.
I'm sure there is real fruit in there.
Yeah.
It's like 100% grapefruit juice. Yes, 100% of the grapefruit juice
It's like,
in here is
you look
grapefruit
at, you look at
juice.
the back, and it's just like 40 grams of sugar.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my least favorite candy to actually get was bottle caps.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like those.
Worst.
The root beer ones or the soda. Yeah, those are delicious.
No, I don't like
like
soda
those
flavored
either.
any kind of candy.
See, that's why I like those packets. The root beer drink mixes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the waxy things that you bite the cap off and.
Those were horrible too. Or the wax teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't a fan of those.
Are those even candy?
I don't know what the deal is with those. Why are those a thing?
I don't know. What about the best candy?
Sour Patch Kids. Even though they're basically like candy sandpaper, they're delicious.
Reese's.
Ooh, that's a
Anything
good one.
Reese's.
Reese's are really good too. One thing that I always loved getting because it was so rare, except for when my mom would take me to like my grandparents' neighborhood, is those strawberry candies. They're like in the strawberry wrapper.
Really?
And
Grandma
they're-
candies?
Yeah, those are
Wow.
the best because I hardly ever got them, and they were my favorite candy.
And then like you like chew on them for a while, and then it like sticks to your teeth
Mm-hmm.
and pulls out fillings, and they're delicious.
Yeah, for me, the Reese's were always the things that were gone first. Always.
I think that, or maybe like licorice for myself. Like growing up, that was one of the
Yeah.
ones that was first gone.
Not
Did
black
you guys?
licorice, right?
Oh, I love black licorice, dude. That's my favorite. That's my favorite candy. Good and Plenty's. Oh man, they're delicious.
Ooh.
Plenty garbage.
Ew. Gross.
Vars makes a black licorice ice cream. That's
I know,
delicious.
my mom likes it.
Yeah, right. Your mom has great taste.
I don't
Terrible
get
taste buds.
it. I don't get it.
Candy corns? Are you no, not a fan of those.
No, I'm not either.
They're okay.
You have to eat so many of them, and then you feel really sick. Like, you can't just have one candy corn if you're going to eat a candy corn. You have to have a few handfuls, you know?
Can't just have one candy corn.
No, that would be stupid.
You have to have
Are you
enough for a
crazy?
whole cob.
Did you ever break off the end of the candy corn and make like fake vampire teeth with them, or even just use the whole?
I
Candy
didn't
corn?
do that, but I did eat them incrementally, like by section,
Mhm.
one at a time.
Okay, white, orange, yellow, or whatever.
Makes them last
except
a
for
really
those
long
weird Thanksgiving ones that they've started to come out with the brown as a color in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just weird.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah. Ugh. Any other iconic Halloween candy that you really don't like? Ghost Peeps.
I don't see a lot of ghost peep.
I mean, they're not individually packaged, but
Ooh,
they have a
one
ton of them.
candy that I really like to get is the green apple or caramel apple suckers.
Yeah,
Those are the bomb.
right. And then like the best part about it is you're like sucking on it for a while, and then it almost becomes a retainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Yep, and you have to pull it. Yeah.
But the worst is when you find a bubble, like you lick through it enough to get a bubble, and then it's really sharp.
yes.
You cut your tongue on
Same with like Dum Dums or any of those other suckers. They always sometimes get a little edge to them, where there's like an air pocket that you've like licked through. Except for, do you guys like crunch your suckers? Can you actually
it.
like
Only if they're the ones with gum in them.
I love blow pops.
right?
Blow pops
I
are
love
the
blow
bomb.
pops.
I can't
They're
control myself when it comes to a blow pop.
Yeah.
It's like the owl.
Mhm.
Except that's a Tootsie
One,
Pop, but they're the same
two,
thing.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. I would always get Almond Joys, and I would always just toss those away. I
I do not like Three Musketeers. Those are
don't like them either.
Nougat. You
No.
don't like nougat?
I don't like
No.
Three Musketeers either.
Nougat?
Yeah, right. I need something else in the mix.
It's just too much. It's too rich. for
Milky
me.
Way. What about you? Like, what are your thoughts? They're okay because it's got like caramel in it.
I haven't had a Milky Way. Like when I was a kid, I didn't like them just for whatever reason. I don't remember.
Mhm.
But I don't think I've had one as an adult. I might like it. I don't know.
It's like basically almost like a Snickers without the peanuts.
Yeah.
I like Snickers. Snickers are probably my favorite candy bar. But if I could
Yeah.
only eat one candy bar for the rest of my life, it would probably be a Twix.
Same
Because it's
here.
the perfect combination of
Yeah.
all the candies.
For me,
it's delicious.
it was just a plain Hershey bar. That was my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cookies and cream ones. Oh,
But right now they have the what is it? Is it Butterfinger? No, it's not Butterfinger. It's Snickers. The Snickers Crisper bar that's out right now. There's
Never
4
heard of
little sections. Oh, it's so good.
Really?
That is my favorite candy bar right now. Yeah.
so is it not as crisp as the other ones?
Butterfingers.
Or is it-
No,
Crisper.
it is crisper. It's like a Snickers, but they put in the little crisp rice. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
like it's in a Nestle
Rice
Crunch.
Puffed rice.
Yeah, it's so freaking good.
That does sound really good.
Yeah.
Butterfingers. Fan of those?
I can take or leave those.
I do like them, but they get in your teeth and it like sticks there.
Yeah. It's like a Chico stick.
Like I'll eat one maybe once a year, once every couple of years. I don't know.
Right.
Kit Kats, I always like those.
Yes.
The individual little Kit Kats you would get.
Right? Did you ever
Those
freeze
would be gone
them?
quick too. Oh yeah.
Oh, they're really delicious. I also try to take off the caramel and the chocolate and leave the wafer cookie by itself.
That's
On
one of my
Twix.
That's one of my go-to snacks at the theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get myself some popcorn and a frozen Kit Kat.
Guys, one year
Stuff.
I got the best trick-or-treat candy you could ever get. It was a Twinkie.
Really?
Could you imagine getting a Twinkie as a 10-year-old kid?
That's pretty
That
awesome.
that was gone fast. But I think they were rich.
My dad, one year, it was really funny. He bought, because they were like $0.25 a piece, so he bought a whole box, or I think it was like $5 for a box of 100 bags of red vines. And not the little cardboard sleeve one that you get maybe 10 little red vines, but an actual legit bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he just we passed those out. Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, yeah.
There was the guy on my street growing up, and he's still there, who'd give out cans of soda.
Oh, because he had the soda machine, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Because he
That
works
was
for Pepsi.
Yep. That was the best.
Purposely go there and hit him up a couple of times for soda.
I have. Excuse me.
You'll still go over as
I
an
have.
adult.
We
walk
do.
over.
Yeah, he's got a soda machine. You
Yeah.
just put some coins in. And
Yep.
Boom, you're golden.
And he's also the type of guy that when you would trick or treat with kids, he'd be like, "Hey, you want one too?"
Yeah,
You know.
I like that. And I also, thoughts on trick-or-treaters if they're older?
I'm all right with it.
Same here.
Honestly.
There's a lot worse things that they could be doing,
Yeah.
So, whatever.
It bugs me when they show up at 10:30.
Yeah.
Clearly after everybody's done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm all right with it.
There's there's a fine window, probably about 5 to about 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
And that's just okay, that's pretty normal. After
Yeah.
that, you're just hey, we're watching a scary movie or doing something else.
any teenagers that come up to my door, I'm going to give them candy, but I'm also going to be like, you guys the ones that keyed my truck?
I
know it was
we're
you.
about to.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
You're out there in your rocking chair. Filthy kids. Hooligans.
No, there was a year where me and my niece went out and we found those just take one buckets
Oh, yeah.
and we just dumped them all in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you use... so what was your go-to bag for trick-or-treating? Was it a pillow sack?
Pillowcase.
Pillowcase? Yeah, same here. I think it's so weird when they have those little teeny pumpkins. I'm like, how you can only put about 20 pieces of candy in it?
Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Although, didn't you hate the adults that would always say, all right, you have to do a trick before I'll give you a treat? What the hell?
That's when you flip them off. You're
Yeah.
like, you see my double backflip? And then you turn around and flip them off with both hands.
Boom.
That's a good one. Yeah, I didn't run into that much.
Occasionally. My next door neighbor growing up would always hand out pencils, Halloween pencils.
Yeah, I would get a pencil.
She was pretty
usually every
elderly,
year.
so it was okay, but
Yeah.
still.
I'd usually get a Halloween pencil.
Ooh, a stick of gum.
Not
I've
a
gotten,
single
I've gotten
stick.
a single stick of gum before.
Did you guys ever have to worry about there's all the time in the news about edibles or there's going to be razor blades in your
No.
candy? I never
That's
even thought
happened
about that.
3 times in the United States history.
Really?
And I thought it was less than that.
Yeah.
Because they warn you about it every year.
Well, 3 times in the last 50 years. That's not very many times.
Exactly.
Yeah, every year you see it on the news, some news story.
Where you can take your candy to the police station and have it checked
Yeah.
out. So, whatever. I'll eat it.
Yeah, you're going to radiate my kids' candy with
Yeah.
x-rays before they eat it? It's way more harmful than a razor blade.
I'm sorry, but you got to be some sort of psychopath. If
Yeah.
you're going to poison something, take the time, get yourself a little syringe, get some sort of poison, and sit there and poison hundreds of pieces of candy. That's a serial killer right there.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen.
What would be the easiest candy to poison?
If I were to do it,
Let's see.
Twinkie,
Yeah, a Twinkie would be really easy.
right? Because there's already it's a sponge.
It's fluffy and
Yeah. And there's already a couple of different holes that you could just put whatever.
Jolly Rancher. because you can unwrap it,
Mm-hmm.
do whatever you want to it, and then just wrap it back up.
Tootsie Roll.
Or Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Tootsie Roll, because you can fill it with something, too.
That's true.
Can't fill a Jolly Rancher.
Well, I was thinking more
Roll it in something.
Yeah.
Some powder.
coat it in something.
Or even like, and then let them dry again. Like you put it and coat it in some sort of like liquid, I don't know, or rat poisoning. And
I'm sure there's been
wrap 'em up.
sickos out there that have unwrapped Jolly Ranchers, popped them in their mouth, put them back in.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wrapped it back up.
Those monsters.
But at least it's not a razor blade.
That's true.
Yeah, I've never worried about that. I've never had
Never.
an issue. I've
No.
never had no.
Because if you're just going to your neighborhood, you know, or around there. Did you guys ever go to like the rich neighborhoods growing up?
You got to go to the affluent neighborhoods, of course.
Where they're going to hand out better stuff. Yeah,
I mean, you got to go to your neighbors because so you can say hi and stuff like that.
exactly. And your parents want to show off their costume, you know, the kids' costumes.
But then after a while, like, all right,
I don't know. Halloween in Utah kind of always sucked because it's always cold. It's always so cold.
Like,
And at least
you have
for
to dress accordingly.
At least for the last few years, there hasn't been any snow. But there was a stretch of like 10 years where it was just snow every single year.
Mhm. And you wanted to wear your, like, you know, your nurse outfit. It doesn't really work so well.
No, I have pictures of me back in the day as a kid. I have my painted devil face, my hair all slicked back. I was probably like 5.
You're wearing a coat.
I was wearing a coat and mittens.
Yeah.
What an intimidating devil you were.
Yeah, terrifying.
Then your go-to line was like, when hell freezes over. Although,
I wasn't that clever as a kid.
Trunk or treaters, they were saying this year they had kids that just kept walking around like the whole entire loop and kept doing it until people ran out of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm anti trunk or treat.
Same here.
I always have been.
You have to work for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't do trunk. Come on, that's what makes you a man.
Weak.
Walking
We're
in the
making
cold,
these people weak.
carrying your heavy bag around.
It's to keep the kids safe.
Well, then go trick or treating with your kid
Yeah. Don't just
and
do
walk
the
around
like,
with them.
I even thought the parents that would just like drive their kids and drop them off and just kind of like look and slowly roll by was kind of lame too.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're going to do it, just go with them.
Yeah, they drive slowly in the car.
That
I've
didn't look
seen
creepy at all.
Yeah.
Although it was really funny when I lived up in Peterson in the podunk town, people were always using their 4-wheelers or even tractors to haul their kids around and hop out. I'm like, all right, at least, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to work for their candy.
That's what I say. Work for your candy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a lesson you learn. You still carry on as an adult. You work for your candy. That's the moral of today's episode.
It's been brought to you by the letter.
Yeah. All right. So here's where you can find all of our other episodes. You can find us at worldwarg.podbean.com. We're also on iTunes, the Google Play Store, and on cosmicpotato.com. You can also find us on the social media at facebook.com/worldwargpodcast. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at WWG Podcast. You can also find all of our shirts. We still have shirts. We still have merchandise. It's still up at shop.spreadshirt.com/worldwarg. You can also email us anytime.
Day or night.
At worldwgpodcast@gmail.com. Also, remember, we're still looking for your calls or texts or questions for our 200th episode. It's coming up here pretty quick. And you can leave us a message or text us at 385-240-1692. So this has been World War G, episode 196. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
And I've been Colton.
And you have been you. And stay geeky, won't you?
That's all, folks.